Welcome to the April 27th edition of Inside Sim Racing. I'm your host, Jessica Lopez, and we have a lot of catching up to do, so we'll get right to it. Up this week, we have 4 topics we're going to cover. SimBin made a few more announcements in the last few weeks, and we'll cover those. Then we'll go to our world-class racing series coverage and catch up with Formula Sim Racing, Sim Challenge, and a new series to the list, North American GP. So let's jump right into this week's show. First up, we'll head to Sweden, where the team at SimBin have been really busy and have 2 more announcements for us.
SimBin Studios and Eurosport Events announced on April 14th that the VWTCC website, The Paddock, has opened. The virtual paddock has all the info about the VWTCC competition model and how to attend and prepare yourself for the coming events. For the first time in the history of racing, the virtual and real world will meet for this highly anticipated virtual championship. SimBin and its partners will organize races for the virtual championship at 6 European FIA WTCC events. Through a series of online and on-site events, people from all around the globe can attempt to claim a spot in the season's VWTCC Grand Finale on the Italian track of Monza, the last venue on European turf for the FIA WTCC season. The series is being developed and managed by SimBin Studios in close cooperation with Eurosport Events as well as brands and partners of the FIA WTCC. And of course, Race 07 will be the official sim of the competition. A VWTCC race room or game park will be established on location during 6 of the European FIA events. There, the top drivers who made it through the online races will meet face-to-face and determine who will win the ticket to Monza to claim a yet-to-be-announced grand prize. Eurosports will be covering the events, and a strong PR and marketing team by Eurosport Events and SimBin plan to make VWTCC a major attraction both online, on-site, and on TV. The online competition for a seat in the first semi-final at the FIA WTCC event in Valencia, Spain starts now. You can register now right through Race 07 and qualify for the event at Valencia held on May 16th. Anyone can register and be a part of this series. You need either a full copy of Race 07 or you can download the free demo and participate in the special demo events. And again, you register for the VWTCC right through Race 07 or the demo by clicking the appropriate menu option and filling out the required information. You can read everything you need to know at their cool website located at v-wtcc.com. Also at SimBin, they've announced yet another expansion to Race 07 that will also be a standalone. The Swedish Touring Car Cup Series, or STCC, will be modeled with all the cars and tracks represented. We'll keep you up to date here on SRT as soon as we hear more on it.
Thanks, Darren, for that report on SimBin. Next up, Sean's going to give us a report on Formula Sim Racing.
Formula Sim Racing held its second round at Sepang, Malaysia for 56 laps. In qualifying, all eyes would be on Marquez to see if he could keep up the win streak from last season and this year's season opener. Roy Kolb would squash those hopes by taking the pole, Marquez settling for 4th. Going into turn 1, Kolb, Marquez, and Greco would all come together and give up the top spot. This would set up some great battles between all of the contenders. It would be close, but somehow Marquez pulled a trick out of his hat and kept the streak alive. Kolb finished 2nd and Angelis 3rd. The FSR World Championships continue. To see the schedule of these events, held live on Pro Sim Racing, go to formula-simracing.net.
Man, that Bruno Marquez is unstoppable. Is anyone going to beat him? At this point, I doubt it. We're going to go on a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to report on the North American GP Series.
Another series added to the World Class Racing Series list here at SRT. The North American Grand Prix, or NAGP, kicked off its 5th season last week running GTR2. They run 2 series every week, GT2 on Mondays and GT1 on Thursdays. The Monday series started with 33 drivers while the Thursday had 30. My old buddy Chris Moses will be trying to defend his double championship, but he will be up against some very stiff competition this season with drivers from North America, Europe, and Australia. So if you're interested in checking out some serious competition with some great mods and tracks for GTR2, go to NorthAmericanGP.com to check it out and try to get in on some great road racing. Stay tuned here on SRT for more info about NAGP.
Looks like there's going to be some great racing over here at NAGP in Season 5. Next up, we'll head over to Dubai for round 3 with the Sim Challenge.
Sim Challenge traveled to Dubai for the 3rd round in the series last week. Starting things off in the GT class, it was Max Dell'Orco taking the pole by a 1/10 of a second over his teammate Matthew Prevot, giving Cyber Racing a 1-2 starting position. We would see some tough racing going on during the race, but up front it would come down to pit strategy. Prevot would make the pass in the pits and take home the win. Dell'Orco finishes 2nd, and the 3rd spot going to the American, Christian Zimzak. In the NGT class, Fabrizio Hernandez took the top spot in qualifying over Tom Goodall, and Victor Rodriguez would take 3rd. Once again, we would see a silly driver error as Fabrizio hands the lead over to Goodall on the warm-up lap. 2 weeks in a row, we would see problems up front prior to the green flag. Points leader Marko Hartikainen would have a rough day as the other drivers tried to gain any points they could on him. At the end of the day, Tom Goodall would optimize that early mistake by Fabrizio and win the race. Fabrizio would survive and bring home 2nd, and the previously unstoppable Hartikainen would scrap his way to 3rd. After 3 rounds, Matthew Prevot has a 15-point lead over Roland Enstrom in the GT class. And in the NGT class, Marko Hartikainen enjoys a 29-point lead over 2nd place Marco Joseph as the series heads for Barcelona, Spain for round 4. Go to sim-challenge.com to catch up on the series.
Thanks everyone for tuning in to our 12th edition of Inside Sim Racing. But before we leave, we have a contest giveaway. Sean, would you mind helping me out with that?
Here you go, Jesse.
Why don't you tell the lucky winner what they're going to get?
Good idea. The lucky winner today, big prize, will get a copy of Arca Sim Racing by the Sim Factory, a copy of Race 07 by Simbin, and a full S2 license from Live for Speed, 3 of my favorite Sims in the world. And in addition to that, a very special thing, a autographed Alex Zanardi hat.
Great! Let's see who the lucky winner is. Can I get a drum roll, please? Dun, dun, dun. Johanna Schurl from Germany. Congratulations, and thank you everybody for participating. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you next time here on Inside Sim Racing.